Julie again, and here I am in my herb garden in England, and I'm in my rhubarb patch, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the mystical rhubarb. I love rhubarb. It's very tart and very bitter, and as children we used to eat it in sugar as a treat. So this is the rhubarb plant. My foxglove's still here, so it must mean I've still got fairies, but this is the rhubarb plant. I'm going to pull a piece up. So you don't cut rhubarb, you pull it. You pull it up, and it doesn't kill it or upset it, and it's a very hardy plant, so it'll keep growing. So this is rhubarb. Later on today I'm going to make some rhubarb crumble. You never eat the leaf because it's toxic. Okay, I'll just put that to one side. And when you grew a rhubarb, you never use it the first year. You just pull it and then you let it grow to get stronger. And then rhubarb grows and grows and grows and grows. It's been used for centuries, especially by the Chinese, for its medicinal purposes. It's a purgative. It cleanses. Now, as children, we'd have this because we had lots in our garden, and as a treat, it's very, very tart and bitter, but we'd have a little bowl of sugar and we'd dip it in the sugar and we'd eat it. Oh, it's so sour. I really like rhubarb. I make rhubarb gin, rhubarb crumbles, rhubarb pies. It's very popular. Now, in ancient Persian mythology, it is said that, please forgive me if I get the pronunciation wrong of these names, Mashya and Mashayang, the parents of the human race, emerged out of the rhubarb plant. Marco Polo, he first brought it to Europe in the 13th century, and it was known as Racoma plant. It's highly regarded as a treatment for various ailments, and believe it or not, in the 17th century in England, it commanded a higher price than opium by 3 times. So it was 3 times more expensive than opium. That's how much it was revered and commanded. It was first recorded as a food in England in the 17th century. And its popularity rose as the price of sugar came down, because you really need sugar to combat the tartness, and became very, very popular. It's been used in China since the 16th century as medicine, like I said, for inflammation, for anti-cancer, antibacterial, even is these days sometimes used to help diabetes. And it really, really gained popularity in the 19th century just about everywhere. But in England we really love it. It is a purgative, so if you need your clearing, as children we'd eat so much of it, and we constantly had running to the bathroom issues, should I say, but we loved it. It was such a treat for us, and we grew lots, and that's why I love my garden here and wanted to show it to you. As I said, you don't eat the leaves because they're toxic. Some say wearing it as an amulet protects you against jaundice, and during the Great Plague, which would have been in the 16th century, it was used as an amulet to try to avoid the Black Death that came with the plague. So it's used as protection, and even now people use it as protection against diseases and to purify and cleanse. For healers and light workers and people, they use it because it helps to keep them grounded as a protection for negative energies, against negative energies. If you are growing it, you collect it, finish collecting it before the first frost of winter, because then it makes it hardy and it will survive through winter. It grows very well and in lots of soils, but we, in the 1870s, we grew it a lot in north of England, in Yorkshire. It's called the Yorkshire Triangle. It's between Leeds, Bradford and Wakefield, And because the area had the main growing needs of rhubarb, it had frost, it had plenty of rainfall, the soil was very moist, and it had lots of sheep. So the sheep have high nutrient passing or feed, so it fed the earth, and it became very popular in Yorkshire. And in its heyday, when it was so popular, there was about 200 growers or farmers of rhubarb in Yorkshire. And in the Second World War, the price was fixed at 1 shilling, which is about 5 pence now, per pound, to make sure that everybody could still afford to eat it, because it was so loved and needed and so healthy for us. And so I love the fact that in Yorkshire, where we have lots of sheep, they're really hardy people, and that's because we eat this rhubarb. So I just wanted to share that with you. Mine grows in my fairy garden, where I have my foxgloves and my herbs, so I believe also the fairies are around here. So I hope you've enjoyed my little story today, and those great big leaves. If you see pictures, you can wear it on your head. We used to wear it as children like this to protect us from the sun, or to pretend that we were fairies or pixies. I think it's so cool, but just don't eat that. There's probably lots more mysteries around rhubarb, but I think that's given you enough today. But if you really are brave, do what I do. Get some raw, dip it into some sugar and eat it. Watch my channel for more information, maybe more on rhubarb, but other medicinal uses of herbs and plants in the garden, and that we can all use. And maybe wear it as an amulet, as a protection against negativity and disease. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed being in my garden for a few moments. I love to share it, and there's lots of birds singing today. The sun's coming out, it's September, it's wonderful, and just let's see if I can show you all the ivy and just how much rhubarb I have here. If you like what you hear, please do like, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.